Good morning and welcome again to Market Insights this lovely Monday morning in the city of Lagos. Many thanks for staying tuned to SOUQ News Television. I am David Chiedu. Today we are talking about an issue that affects all of us environmentally, waste management. But instead of just focusing on the problems, we're going to examine a game-changing solution. I'm talking waste to energy. We've got experts joining us shortly, and together we will delve into the conversation of waste to power, the future of clean energy in Nigeria, where we'll be exploring how innovative technologies are turned into, money essentially, turning trash into treasure. From reducing greenhouse gas emissions to generating clean energy, we will discuss the benefits and challenges of waste to power conversion. We'll also explore what the future holds for this rapidly growing industry. Joining us on the program today is Professor Funmilayo Oshuolale. She's a professor of Processing System Engineering, Department of Chemical Engineering, Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, and also Ambassador Dr. Samuel Dotse. He's the CEO, Hatter Foundation, and he's also an environmentalist. He'll be joining us very, very shortly. But before we get into the conversation proper, we'll take a quick look at the stock market report for the previous week. Now let's take a look at what happened on the floor of the NGX the previous week. In the week ending July 19, investors on the Nigerian exchange group traded a total of 2.827 billion shares valued at 42.366 billion naira across 44,277 deals. Now this is compared to the preceding week's turnover of 2.76 billion shares worth 85.23 billion naira in 40,796 deals. The financial services stocks dominated the activity charts by volume, with 2.17 billion shares worth 30.66 billion naira traded across 25,260 deals, accounting for 77.08% of the total equity turnover volume and 72.38% of its value. Now, the industrial goods stocks followed, as well as the oil and gas stocks followed, respectively. Still last week, the NGX posted a 0.87% gain to reach an all-share index of 100,539.4 points and a market capitalization of 56.93 trillion naira, its highest since mid-April. The top gainers during the week were United Capital's share, where it went up from 28 naira 40 kobo, to 40 naira 55 kobo to mark a 42.78% appreciation. Africa Prudential PLC's share price also moved by 33.78% during the week, from 7 naira 40 kobo to 9 naira 90 kobo. And it was followed closely by Qtex PLC, which appreciated by 29.65% to close the week at 5 naira 99 kobo from 4 naira 62 kobo at the start of the week. Champion Breweries PLC posted a 12.09% gain during the week, followed by Owando with an 11.28% gain. And now to the top losers during the week. Linkage Assurance PLC was at the top decliner table during the week with a 24.56% decline as its share price moved from 1 naira 14 kobo to 86 kobo. The stock has declined by 42.67% from its year-high price of 1 naira 50 kobo. Veritas Capital Assurance also appeared on the losers list with an 11.67% decline during the week, among others. Now, joining us for some short analysis is Mr. Stephen Okafor. He's the MD, CEO, Kofana Securities and Investment Limited, stockbroker and dealing clerk. Good morning, Mr. Okafor. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Right. So, given what happened over the course of the last trading week, what can you say are the key drivers, or factors in your view that influence the market performance and activities generally the previous week?
If you generally look at the financial services sector, you'll notice that United Capital, which led the Guinness chart, is they are preparing to, for the first time, do a bonus issue and interim dividend, which is mouth-watering, and it's actually something that has spiked interest in that stock. In fact, you can see the gain from 20-something to close to 40 before it dropped to like 38 or 39 on Friday last week. Okay, so, and generally the banking sector is also experiencing what you call increased activity because of the recapitalization exercise. Okay, generally you see investors trying to weigh, do I buy the offer at the primary market or come to the secondary market to possibly take up what is supposed to be allotted to me? So basically, you see activity in the financial services sector is that what you call, let me use the word, vibrant. Okay, then you come to the oil and gas. Owando specifically, you will notice that yes, since they bought over Ajip, okay, that asset acquisition is also spiking interest in Owando, okay, and currently even there is a tussle right now between the minority shareholders and the majority shareholders on delisting, and it looks as if the court is favoring the minority shareholders and is putting a hold on that delisting aspect, and then the initial amount they were supposed to pay to shareholders. So all these things are the things that you see are playing out in the markets, especially in the financial services and the oil and gas. Okay, Kutis also is doing pretty well because their report is fantastic, you understand? So basically, the industrial goods services, you see, Kutis is the major driver there. Why these other ones are listed in the financial services and the oil and gas are the major drivers. And then you come to the decliners, Linkage Assurance and Veritas. You see, these are stocks that, from my own perspective, they have investors have actually got what they are supposed to get from them by way of dividend and capital appreciation. So investors are divesting from it. That's it.
Right. So given what you've said, and of course, considering other macroeconomic factors, because of time, do this very quickly in about 30 seconds or thereabout. What's, sort of indicators or potential risks and perhaps opportunities should, investors be looking out for? How do they spot these and how do they go about, trading as far as perhaps the current trading week is concerned and, beyond?
Yes, let me put it out this way. I doubt whether 30 seconds will be enough for me. But you see, let's be honest with ourselves. The current NPR is making investments in stocks a little bit dicey, but be it as it may, I always advise that this is a time for investors to do what you call a buy and hold, a long-term investment. You understand? And when you are doing a long-term investment, you look at stocks with fundamentals. Those stocks that, I buy them right now, what may, they will pay me a good dividend. Even if I don't have a capital appreciation, I am sure I'm going to stick with these stocks. They will give good dividend that will compensate. Because an NPR of 26.25%, is killing. And that has made money market instrument a little bit, money market and fixed income securities a little bit more attractive. But be it as it may, we know that by the time things normalize, the stock market will pick up, and then those that are patient and did the right investment will benefit from it. So by and large, when I'm looking at a dividend paying stocks, my best pick is I always go for Zenith Bank. Yes, GTCO is fantastic because of the price is always much higher than Zenith at any point in time. But then I will always balance my portfolio. GTCO, Zenith. I look at Fidelity, and look at Access Bank and UBA. These ones will always be there depending on the amount you are coming with. Then I come to Owando. I'm still looking at Owando. It's a risky stock, but for those, you remember in corporate finance, the higher the risk, the higher the return. I'll tell people, those that have heart for risk, pick up Owando. That stock will get to 25 naira from the current 18 point something.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okafor, for joining us this morning. Your insights have been invaluable indeed. Many thanks for your analysis.